This is my review of the Dyson Pure Cool Link, and this version is the desktop version. It was sent to us by AO.com for a review, and as always I've bought quite a few things from AO.com. On the day itself of delivery I was given a 1 hour window of delivery, which is great because you then don't have to wait in all day for your delivery. As promised, it was delivered within that 1 hour delivery window. Straight out of the box, the Dyson Pure Cool Link comes with two parts, the base unit and the loop amplifier top. So when you first get it, you just need to take the loop amplifier and click it onto the top and make sure it's clicked in on both sides. I've measured the Dyson Pure Cool Link, and from the bottom of the base to this part is 27 centimetres and the full measurement to the top is 62 centimetres. The cable comes out of the back of the machine, and the cable is 180 centimetres long from the plug to the back of the machine, so it gives you some scope as to where you might want to put it. As with all the Dyson fans, it's not got any blades, it just has this part which is called the loop amplifier, and when you switch it on there's nothing spinning, so it's really safe for children or if you've got pets. This silver part is where the filter for the machine is, and that's supposed to filter out 99.95% of allergens and pollutants in the air. So the way that it works is that the air comes into the bottom here, is filtered through a replaceable filter, and then is pumped back out into the air through here. Dyson recommend that you change the filter every 4,300 hours that you use the machine. So it's going to last about 6 months if you have the machine on permanently. To change the filter is really easy to do. You just need to take the loop amplifier off the top, so just take off the remote control. The two buttons on the side, press, lift off, and then the silver part of the unit just lifts off to reveal this filter inside. You pop your new filter in, back on the machine, and then pop your loop amplifier back on the top and make sure it's clicked in on both sides, and then it's ready to go again. The blue part you can see here is just a sticker which is telling you all the information you're going to need if you're going to want to control your Dyson Pure Cool Link from the phone app. Once you've connected it up, you can take the sticker off and then all the base unit will be white. There are two ways to control the Dyson Pure Cool Link. You can either control it from the remote control, which you store on the top of the machine, either that way or that way, or from Dyson's own app if you've got a phone that's compatible with the app. There's only one button on the front of the machine, and it's this one here, and it switches the units on and off. All the other functions of the machine are controlled using either the remote control or the app on the smartphone. While you can see the full machine itself, I just wanted to show you the range of movement that it has. There's two ways you can angle it. Either you can do it manually, tilting down, or tilting up, or anywhere in between. And then in addition to that, there is an oscillate on the remote control or on the app, which will make it turn. When it's oscillating, this part of the base stays still and this part turns. So even if you've got it on a carpet, it will still oscillate. Just wanted to talk through some of the display icons on the front of the machine. So as you can see here, it's showing 0 and a 1, which is giving an indication of the current speed of the fan. If I increase it using the remote control, you can see that the numbers go all the way up to 10 and all the way back down again. So I'll just leave it on 1 so that it's not interfering with the sound. This icon here in the top left hand corner of the display is the Wi-Fi symbol. Once it's solid white like this, it means that the Wi-Fi is connected and that you'll be able to use the app to control the fan. If I switch it into auto mode, you'll see that an A will appear on the display over here. When it's solid white like this, it means that the air around the machine is being cleaned and that currently the air quality is below target. You can see now that the A on the front of the machine signifying it's in automatic mode has turned to a permanently green, which means the air quality is great and the fan has switched off. I'm just going to show you what night mode does. When you press night mode on the control or the app, the screen will immediately dim and this half moon shape will come up over here. After 5 seconds, the display itself will fade out and you're just left with this very, very faint half moon shape, indicating that it is in night mode. Night mode means that if you've got it on manual and not auto, the fan speed will slow to 4. If you've got it on auto during the night, the fan speed will never increase above 4, meaning that it's very, very quiet and you can't actually hear it running during the night. The other thing I wanted to talk about on the display is the sleep timer. You can use the sleep timer on the remote control or the app, and it goes up 15, 30, 45 or 1 hour, and then it goes all the way up to 9 hours. Just going to spend a few moments talking through the remote control. There's not many buttons on it and it is really easy to use. On the top left hand corner is the standby on and off button, which switches the filter and the fan on. The next button down on the left hand side is the airflow control. This at the top turns it to be higher and the bottom turns it down to be lower, and it goes from 1 to 10. The bottom left hand button is the oscillation control, and that just switches the oscillation on or off. The top on the right hand side is the auto button, which switches the auto mode on and off. When you've got auto on, the fan will increase for poor air quality and decrease for good air quality. When the target is met, the auto symbol will turn green and the filter and the fan will switch to standby mode. The next button down is the sleep timer button. This plus increases the time to count down and the minus decreases the time. Once you've set the sleep timer, it will flash on the display 3 times and then it will start counting down. Once the timer has elapsed, it will switch the machine off back into standby mode. The last button on the right hand side is the night mode button, which switches the fan into night mode, dimming the display and turning down the speed of the airflow control. I'll just show you the app that comes with the Dyson Pure Cool Link. It's free from the App Store. So you can see on the main display, I haven't set the location of this machine yet, but if you had more than one Dyson Pure Cool Link, you could put the location of each one so that you would know which one you were looking at. On the main display, it tells you the quality of the air. So in this room, it's good. It's 17 degrees and 45% humidity. It's also showing me that it's on auto mode at the moment. If you use the button in the bottom left here, it gives you some pictorial information in the form of a graph when you've got it on auto as to how many times it's needed to kick in. If you look here, this morning when we had it in the bedroom and we were using a spray deodorant, so it did detect that in the air and it did turn the machine back on. If you scroll down, it tells you how many hours and minutes it's been needed to be on whilst it's been on auto to purify the air. It also tells you the temperature range, the average humidity, and how many hours are remaining on the filter. The other thing that you can do with the app is control the fan. So if you press on the bottom right hand corner, it gives you all the functions that we've talked through on the remote control. So we know that it's on auto. I can't adjust the fan speed on auto because it just automatically does it itself. The oscillation is off, the sleep timer is off, and the countdown timer is off. If you want to adjust any of these, once you do go into, if I adjust the fan speed to say 8, you'll see that auto then switches back off. I can go up to here and switch it back onto auto, and it will adjust the fan speed according to the air quality around it. You can use this just like you would the remote control. You can also use the app to schedule. So if you wanted it running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during the day whilst you weren't in the house, or perhaps ready for when you come home, you could use that there. And it's really easy to select your day and you start and you finish times, and then you just do done. And then every Wednesday it will switch on between 9 and 5 o'clock. The app itself is free to download and it easily talks you through the first time you open it how to connect it to your machine. I did it within 30 seconds and we were up and running and able to use the remote control, which you can see here, and the pictorial form of the graph and the scheduling. In summary, I think the Dyson Pure Cool Link is a great device. I love the live air quality data on the app. I think it'll really come into its own when the pollen levels begin to rise and the warmer weather begins, so we can fully utilise the cooling function as well.